What is something that happened at school to you that even now you are still mad about?
Oh my god, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for this shit. I'm 32 years old, and this shit happened when I was in 6th grade, and I still can't shut the fuck up about it. So I'm in 6th grade biology, and we were tasked with an assignment to create a presentation of a particular fungi that we chose. I can't particularly remember what exactly it was, but I know it was a mushroom that only grew in South African forests. We had to pick it because we found something interesting in it. I don't remember what the criteria was that I chose from because I'm not really that interested in fungi these days, but I like to eat mushrooms, so I don't know. So we had to come up with this elaborate visual presentation and then have an actual 8-page report. The 8-page report did not include the title page or your works cited page. My mom was the assistant director at the city library at the time, so for weeks, I think this was about 3 weeks because I think it was our final project, I would have her come pick me up from school, which was in the town that was 30 minutes away from the town she worked in, because it's a very small area, Bible Belt community, and take me to the library so I could work on this. Now, my mom would close the library, and the library would close at 7, and then my mom actually left around 9. That was when her time was done, because they had a lot of stuff that they had to finish up with. So I was there until 9 p.m. So I go into class, I am prepared. I worked on this thing, poured my heart into it, and I do my presentation. I thought I did a fantastic job, and did my report and everything just to have it turn around and get a fucking F. So then one day, my science teacher came to me and pulled me outside of the class while everyone was doing their work. She pulled me out, had my report in front of her, and was asking me questions, to which I responded and answered. These were questions based on my report. She would ask me, what does this mean? Or how does this happen? Or what does this do? Or what is this, all these different types of things based on my report. And of course, I answered it as I worked on this for fucking weeks. Then she flat out tells me to my face, you've plagiarized on this whole thing, which I did not. I absolutely did not. My mom is very educated, and when I went home and told her, she was pissed. So my mom completely reread my report, looked at all of my sources, and came back after a couple days saying, there's no way that you plagiarized this. So her and my dad was the sheriff at the time, went to the school, and I remember that they had an extremely loud yelling match in the vice principal's office. I ended up getting a C in the end. Not happy about it. I hate her.
I got one. I was one of those separation anxiety kids, so I did not like being apart from my mother. And I was going into 1st grade. I had done okay in kindergarten, but I was really getting nervous about 1st grade. So the school made a point to let me meet my next teacher, my 1st grade teacher, before the school year started. And I was feeling comfortable. We were talking about it over summer break. And when the first day of school rolled around, my mom dropped me off, and I showed up, and they told me that the school was overcrowded and I was being moved to a different classroom. I thought my mom was not going to know where to pick me up. I was terrified. So there I am, 6-year-old me, crying my eyes out because I think I'll never see my mom again. And the little girl next to me says, "Teacher, Nicole's crying." The teacher looks me dead in the eyes and says, "I know, and I wish she would stop." I don't know about you, but a surefire way to get me to keep crying is to tell me to stop. I've always been really sad about that story, but looking back on it now as a parent of a 6-year-old, I'm just angry. I'm angry at the complete lack of compassion that a 1st grade teacher would have for a kid that was having a hard time. The 80s sucked.
I remember this one like it was yesterday, which is saying something because after having a stroke, your memory is shit. But it was in 6th grade, and I had just got the Home Alone super secret spy kid pen that Kevin McAllister had in the movie, and I thought that shit was fire. So after Christmas vacation, I went to school and I was using it because I love pens and shit, right? So my bully from the 3rd grade, she decided that she wanted the pen. And the way she was going to get the pen is by going in the bathroom, literally beating and scratching herself up, fake crying, comes out and tells the teachers that I beat her up to steal the pen. So the teachers believe her automatically, even though I have never gotten in trouble in school. I was A+ student, never got in trouble, and I was a student council president. And they fucking believed her and took my pen from me. I had to call my mom who came to the school with the receipt and the wrapper, and trust me, when my mom got there, them teachers was in for an ass whooping.
I actually have a few stories like this, but this one still irritates me. And I used to go to this art school in middle school. So I took this chorus class where I knew everybody's name, but I didn't talk to everyone because I was super shy around this time. And so one day in the middle of the school year, I get called to the principal's office. And I still remember it because it was so strange. Like, I saw my chorus teacher walk over to the phone, and he's just like on the phone a little bit, and then he just kind of slowly looks at me, and we make eye contact, and he calls me over to go to the office. And this never happens. Like, my mom barely ever picked me up. Like, I never had any issues with trouble or anything like that. I was a good kid. So I go to the office, and the principal asked me if I know anybody named Alex. And like I said, like, I knew the people in my class, but I didn't talk to them. So I said yes, but I was like real hesitant, real confused. Like, there was literally nothing in my mind that could have ever connected me and her together. Mind you, this girl, Alex, was a white girl, and I was one of the very few black people in the class. And the only person I would hang out with really was this Filipino girl. And so I never hung out with Alex, like, at all. And there was never any time for us to interact for me to take her purse. So I was highly confused. And so I'm looking very confused at the principal, like, no, why would I even take anything from her? I don't even interact with her. Barely even know who she is. But of course, I'm not believed. So they asked me to check my bag, and they checked my bag, not in there. Then they asked me to check my locker, and I'm like, okay. But the thing is that they had to take me all throughout the school, up some stairs and stuff, just to get to my locker. So I'm super nervous, like paranoid, thinking that maybe somehow I'm going to open my locker and find that purse there. I was freaking out. But we get there, open my locker, nothing's in there because I didn't take it. And so the principal turns to me and starts grilling me and everything, like, are you sure you didn't take it? Are you sure you didn't take it home? You didn't put it anywhere? You didn't hide it? And I'm just like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what color purse it is. So I go back to the office. They're about to escalate matters and everything. And then all of a sudden, they get a call from my class. And guess what? Alex found her damn purse. She found her purse. This ugly ass green purse. I still remember the way it looks to this day. And I was like, I don't even like the color green. Like, why would I even take your purse? And so I'm finally able to go back to class, and I'm completely upset. But then I'm just like, what was that even for? You misplaced your own purse, but you want to accuse some random person that you never even talked to for stealing it? Like, I'm really upset about that. I'm so upset about it. And what made it worse is that a few months later was her birthday, and she invited me to her birthday party like we were friends. No.
Okay, I didn't know I was going to be telling this story today, so don't be mad at me if it's really long and I forget some parts. So this happened in year 7. We're going way back. 11 years old, I'm really good at making friends. I actually got moved out of one form class into another form class, so everybody knew each other, and I just had to make a friend. So this one girl singled me out, and she kind of wanted to be my friend, but I already clocked that she was a little bit of a bully, so I kind of always kept her a bit of an arm's length. As we formed this group, it was me, her, another girl, and another girl. We had a lot of jokes, we had a lot of banter. I became really close with one of the other girls. We used to hang out all the time after school, go around each other's houses and stuff like that. One day in PE, I'm running around the track with this girl that I'm really close with, and she's really freaked out, and she tells me that this girl, like this bully girl, did something to her. She's just really freaked out. And I had another friend that I was really close to, that I thought I was really close to. We used to walk to school together, we used to go to lunch together and stuff like that. I thought she was trustworthy. I was 11. So next period, I told the girl, and I'm pretty sure I told her not to tell anyone. Get to the class, she literally tells everyone, bellows at the top of her voice, proper loudmouth. By the end of the day, everybody knows. So the bully girl comes to me, rah 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 rah, why did you say this? Why did you make this up? Look at the girl that told me, she's stum. So I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. We both know that she told me this, but for some reason she's staying quiet. So I just think, okay. I literally just let her get away with telling me something that wasn't true, or if it, I don't know. Anyways, it turns into this massive drama. The whole school gets involved. This girl starts spreading rumours about me. She tries to get older kids to, like, come rough me up a bit, you know, like, didn't work though, because I knew everybody. I had older sisters and stuff. And my old form class that I got moved out of, they were like fully beefing with my new form class because she was in it. Like, the whole school was involved in this. And it went on for months. And then she turned it racial. So bear in mind, this was a school in Essex. It was predominantly white. I was one of the only black people in the entire year group. So one day we're sitting there in class, she's handing me notes back saying she's going to beat me up because she doesn't like black people and she knows loads of older kids that don't like black people. I hand her a note back that says, okay, I know loads of people that don't like racists. She throws her hand up in the air. She's like, oh my god, she's just said she doesn't like white people. So she's basically saying she's going to beat me up. We're going to fight. The whole class knows by this point. They're taking bets. Somebody comes to measure my fist size. I don't know what the teacher was doing. So when the class ended, everyone was like already gathered outside. I basically got thrown into this fight. I won. The teacher comes and splits it up. She starts crying. The teacher's like, oh, it's okay. I got put in isolation, which was basically this glass box in the middle of a corridor. So when everyone broke up for lunch, everyone could just walk past me and see me like a zoo animal. Then I got suspended. After that, all of the teachers acted like they were proved right, because when I very first started in year 7, they were like, are you going to be a troublemaker? Bear in mind, I was accelerated learning program. I was a girl guide. I was a volunteer mentor. I was super nice and friendly. The teachers gave me trouble for the rest of my life at school. So I had like a really tight chest and I was like out of breath all the time, and I didn't realize, but that was like anxiety. I didn't know at the time and I never spoke to an adult about any of it. But anyways, the girl that originally told me the thing, she moved away during the summer. So when we came back in year 8, the girl that I had a fight with had no friends. She just came and hovered around me and acted like we were friends and acted like nothing happened, and I kind of felt bad for her. So she was just around me like a bad smell all the way until year 11.